pretty sure I picked that up down the road somewhere. You know, the other day, Ben, I was in Texas, and someone came up to me to the street. He's like, "Hey man, do you have $1?" I said, "No." He's like, "But do you know Ohana means family?" I said, "Yes." He's like, "So you know that, but you don't have $1?" I was like, "Sorry, sir, I have $1 for you too."
Is that a true story? I don't really believe it.
It's not a true story. If that would be a true story, Ben, you'd be the biggest legend in the world. Imagine how cool it would be if one day, like, you could make it to the news, like CNN or BBC, CBS, whatever, and you'd be like, and like people would go all around the world, like a 3, 2, 1. Ohana means family.
It doesn't come from me, man. It comes from Lilo and Stitch.
No.
It comes from Hawaii.
Yeah. And we still have to go to Hawaii one day, and we're gonna play some StarCraft. You know, we would probably be terrible people to go to Hawaii because we'll both bring like a PC, just sit in a hotel room, play ladder. It would not be a pleasant holiday. Just when we're mad, we would go out. So actually, we would go out probably quite a lot.
I would probably spend most of my time on the beach.
Yes, since both of us do get very mad. Anyway, guys, Azubu's Violet is of course our purple Zerg in the left top side of this map, while Complexity is Popcorn. That's the idea he's playing under. Ganzi is awesome, man. Also known as Ganzi. Is our Terran in the right bottom side of the map. They have been playing these games very, very recently. We were actually waiting a little bit, stalling, because they were not done yet with game 1. They started these games around 7 p.m. I believe, or a little bit later. So could potentially be a very long game, Ben. We did allow them to play on the Korean server. We said it's okay, guys. We got some replays from the other games. We will broadcast those games first, and as soon as you're done with your series, just send us the replays. And that's what they did. So very fresh games. We didn't really do any predictions today so far, man.
Well, we did make predictions at the top of the show. We didn't, I guess, share it with our audience. I know that you predicted Naniwa to beat Galaxy, and I had chosen Galaxy to win that series, so I was wrong there. But I think we both agreed that we think Violet's going to win both these games. He did take out Strelic already.
Yeah, Violet and Polt are both guys, two guys, Ben, that we invited this season. Due to your NASL ranking board, where you basically combine the performances of all international competitions, count them up, and see which players have performed the best. And both Polt, and actually Polt, of course not, Polt was with us in Season 3, but Violet, he's been so serious about the NASL, always showing up at his games, making sure that everything is alright, and not getting any walkovers and stuff, and he's just playing extremely well. So I did think he was going to take out Ganzi as well, but I do know that this is going to be a hard fight. Because you don't just... We saw it the other day with the Rion, man. Rion was 0-3, while 5 was 3-0. But just see it, if a Korean Terran brings his A game, he's not just a Terran, man. He's more than a Terran.
Interesting statistic, Kev. 94% of people watching this game right now and participating in our voting, which is available in chat, have chosen Violet to win this series.
94%? Of course, voting in chat is one of the things you can do if you are a subscriber. Some people at home might think like, oh, I kind of like what you guys have been doing so far. Well, we see a double command center, by the way, Ben, going up for Ganzi. Of course, this is something that Violet can't be aware of right now. Later on, he might be able to put the pieces together when he spots the timing on either a factory or a starport. That's just how good these guys really are. Being a subscriber, and what I want to say is that some people at home might think like, I've really enjoyed what you guys did with the Root guys. Hope you guys are going to do something like that once more. Well, that's very likely in the near future. We can't reveal any secrets yet or any real plans, but we got something super coming up once more, mostly for subscribers, of course. We're going to give out a lot of free content as well, and it's going to be cool. But it's definitely not too late to pick up your subscriber badge. We might be halfway through the season, Ben, but the season is so much more than just a regular league. As of course, we're going to have playoffs as well. We're going to have wildcards, and of course, it counts for the finals too. So you will be able to enjoy those finals in HD. And Ben, at the end of the day, there's really nothing better than just laying on the couch, drinking a beer or whatever you like to drink. Maybe a soda with lemon. Wait, that made no sense. A water with lemon. A soda, a pineapple soda.
Put lemon in your soda if you want.
A whiskey, vodka, doesn't matter. Just laying on the couch, watching a big event with your friends. I've enjoyed that. I did it so many times in Germany when I used to live there.
Violet did awesome, poke forward with that Overlord, Kevin, scout the third command center of Ganzi, and his reaction is to make 20 Zerglings. Will we see a Baneling nest go down? I don't.
No, he continued mining gas again immediately, but it feels like it's a little bit too late, as he did stop mining gas, clearly. He already has Zergling speed.
I think it's much, much too late. Ganzi's playing super safe as well. We can see he's got a bunker on the low ground and a bunker on the high ground.
It's going to be Zerglings only for now, Ben, but this bunker is so well protected by these splitter posts. Very smart move. This bunker will, I don't really see this ever going to fall. Well, the SCVs can't get close.
They did manage to cut off all repairs, and more Lings are going to come streaming in here. That bunker is going to go down for sure, but I don't know if it was really worth it. He sacrificed so many Zerglings to kill it. Hellions going to come out as well.
Oh, the Hellions might be able to enter the main base, though.
But the Hellions are going to let the Lings get in. This is going to have to require a little bit more good micro, but Ganzi does have good micro. Meanwhile, Violet still has Zerglings in the natural, chipping away at the supply depots down there. He's killed only 7 SCVs, Kevin. I really don't feel like that was worthwhile.
He did pick off 2 supply depots as well, and he's been droning up behind this band. But the biggest problem is he's going to be forced to produce a lot of Lings once more as soon as this Hellion count goes up. We have 4 Hellions on the map right now, 2 more are in production. And he's already creating a little bit of a wall over here with his evolution chambers. But he is going to need to create more units. You cannot just deal with Hellions and Banshees with only Queens and perhaps Spore Crawlers or any form of static defense.
Yeah,
well, in some maps you can, but I don't think that.
If the Terran player controls everything perfectly, it's very, very difficult to get away with only having Lings and Queens.
Yeah, he did pick up 7 SCVs in the process as well, man. That's something. It is, of course, triple orbital.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that is pretty telling for me is if you look at resources lost, it was basically an even trade on both sides in terms of pure resources invested. Yes, killing workers is good, but with triple orbital, it's not as big of a deal. And Andre always likes to talk about, hey, a mule is worth about 4 workers. And of course, if we just add that the 12 to the 38 or the 41, now we can see that Ganzi technically has more potential for income than Violet does right now. Yep.
Well, certainly with 5 Muse in his natural expand. I love how he's dropping all the Muse in the natural band. Certainly because of this harass, he was not able to mine from his natural for quite a while. So if he would have been dropping all those Muse at his main, he would mine out his main at rapid speed. So I think it's very smart that he drops only Muse in his natural, and you can just see his income skyrocketing.
Banshee will pick off a nice transfuse. Violet saves that Queen at the very last second. I thought for sure she'd go down. Now the Banshee's going to have to be microed away, only getting 2 drone kills. So well done there by Violet, minimizing that damage.
For the Hellions, man. The Hellions are on the way as well. Meanwhile, we do have a small link counter. Once more, the entrance is open, so he's just going to surround that bunker immediately. Of course, the Hellions on the other side, man, are going to try to roast as many drones as possible.
The bunker is not going to fall. It's repaired. Ganzi doing a great job there. How many drones were killed? 7 drones in total have
but there were
died.
still 3 Hellions in the main base.
More will fall. Violet's actually lining up his workers a little bit here. He's got to be so very careful. Queen's coming forward. Drone's actually going to fight right now. They managed to pick off a single Hellion.
That wasn't too bad for Violet. Could have gone worse, but right now he's down in workers, man. Of course, he is on 3 bases. He has still some larva, but he has plenty of Queens alive, so he will be able to replace those workers pretty quickly. But the first push of Ganzi is going to be a pretty damn scary push.
It will be, especially when you consider that Violet's going to try to play Spire.
I'm very, yeah, he's actually, we see Ganzi, man, producing Vikings before Medevacs.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to make of that.
Yeah, that's not something we see every day.
What's not something we ever see? He's making 2 Vikings. I guess he's... I
don't think it's just to deny Overlords.
It doesn't really make sense that that's what it's... I have no idea why he's making these 2 Vikings. I would
unless he's just really relying on drop play, man, that he wants to make sure that he can clear out all Overlords at rapid speed. 1 Overlord goes to the right, 1 Overlord goes to the left. Vikings, of course, and they're going to take out all Overlords on their path. So he frees them up for drops, and he can immediately start dropping and make it harder for Violet to defend.
That is a pretty good observation, and it looks like you might be spot on with that, as Ganzi will pick off at least 1 more Overlord on the right side of the map and on the left side of the map.
Man, it's wiggle time.
That's right, we got some Banelings coming forward. Here's
the siege is not ready yet, but he's a slow Baneling.
Neither is speed, though, and is it enough for Violet? He's going to come crashing in here. It might be just
really
enough. Really needs to get him connecting with those Marines.
The indecisive Banelings. There are so many SCVs here.
Oh my God, there are so many SCVs here, and Violet can connect. It'll be fantastic, but Ganzi does a good job of sneaking away. And wow, Ganzi really playing with fire there. That was about 32 SCVs all stacked up on 1 clump.
Well, these Overlords did take out 4 Vikings, though, together. So they were definitely worth their weight.
Still no Baneling speed, as 2-2 is still coming for Violet.
Maybe in silver. Maybe in bitter weight. That's good weight. You're very
Man, I don't understand where all these fat jokes are coming from, bro.
No?
I really don't get it.
Oh, okay. 4th hatchery is going up for Violet over here on the right side of the map. 2-2 upgrades are about halfway done for him, while Complexity Ganzi just started them, but his production man is really starting to roll right now. Before, he wasn't completely ready yet. Now he's able to produce a lot of Marines at rapid speed. He's going to temporarily force to lift this orbital command, but as soon as he feels safe, as he has the wall again over here, he will be able to defend this base. And we could potentially take another look at that previous fight.
I don't know if we're going to have time, as the drop is about to make its way over here into the, well, we are going to look at the replay anyway, as Banelings come rolling or waddling forward, and Ganzi just does a pretty good job of dealing with it. I feel like we should probably get back to the game, though. There's a Viking on the ground behind the third base of Violet. Just got shut down. There's also that medevac there.
Keeping a close eye on it, Ben. That medevac will unload those Marines. Of course, this was hard for Violet to spot after those Vikings took out all the Overlords. He will pull the drones before Stim is activated, though, but he is going to lose the Spore Crawler. Maybe a drone or two. No, that's not even going to happen. Good positioning, though, on the Marines.
Yeah, great positioning on those Marines. He's going to choke up all these Lings. Violet really needs to do something about it. Finally, he micros around, but it's a little bit too late.
Medevac.
Every single Zergling's going to fall. Medevac gets shot down as well, but that doesn't really matter that much, as the Queen's going to fall. Drones are going to fall at the same time. Ganzi's pushing on the right side of the map, and Violet is suddenly in a lot of trouble.
Violet really handling that quite poorly. He's going to try to keep his fort base alive. Banelings are wiggling in once more, but there's still no speed Banelings. Oh, and there are Marines in the medevac.
No.
Oh, yeah, so many Banelings died that, of course, this wasn't absolutely awesome for Ganzi, but it wasn't terrible either, as he killed so many Lings and Banelings.
Violet knocked all the way down to 57 drones once again. In total, he's lost 30 workers this game.
Wow, man. Ganzi is putting up a super good fight so far against Violet. Violet is down 16 workers. He's going to try to counter, but look at his army that Ganzi has already saved up. Doesn't have any upgrades on his tanks, but 2-2 upgrades are about to finish up for his bio units. And there is still Tom Cruise. Tom, no.
Tom has been shut down. Mutas are in the main base right now. They're going to be killing these Marines as they pop out. This is really problematic for Ganzi. He's going to lose all of his ability really to reinforce. He's
going to lose some infrastructure as well, man. If he's going to lose all reactors, that would really be quite a big blow. But how is Violet going to deal with this army? That's the bigger question.
If Violet can deal with this army, if Violet can shut it down, then... Wait, where'd the mutas go? Okay, they're still in the main base. If he can do that... Two
Thors, by the way,
might be able to just... Okay, yeah, the Thors might save the day. And actually some Marines come back as well. So this Muta harass will come to an end. Eventually, Ganzi has just kind of dealt with it.
Thors
going to pop out as well.
Second Thor here. It's like, hey, bro. Didn't know you were coming too. It's so awesome, man, when you see like someone who really looks like you. You go to this party and not sure what to expect. He's like, yeah, I heard there were some mutas here. Yeah, me too. All right, let's get him, man. And then immediately the mutas fly away and you feel like a badass Thor.
2 tanks going to get shut down by these mutas before Ganzi kills a couple more of them off. Violet's really struggling to reestablish himself. Baning speed does finish up, but he doesn't want to roll into siege tanks.
Fewer Marines remaining, but enough Marines to deal with these mutalisks.
If Violet had targeted the Marines and not the tanks, I think he could have killed them.
And Violet is going to still try to clear up these tanks, though. He's going to run in with the Lynx, has a few Banelings as well, but he's not even going to bother to use those. But during all this, he did lose his fort base. He did, of course, deal a lot of damage as well, killed a few SCVs.
Violet also killed the third somehow. Yeah. Did I miss that?
Yeah, I don't know, because there were Lynx.
I guess.
But he lifted it up, I thought. I don't really know
maybe it burned down. I completely missed that. Sorry for that, guys. As Violet doing something down in the left-hand corner of the map to sort of maybe reset the game a little bit. It is 110 supply to 150. Economically, Ganzi's still in great shape, as he's just going to distance mine from this third until a new command center finishes.
3-3 upgrades getting started for Ganzi as well, and he still has 48 Marines men against only 41 Lynx. There's going to be another drop in the main base. You can really see that those 2 Vikings definitely paid for themselves. Even though Violet never tried to make another attempt and actually spreading out Overlords, which I think he could have done, as those Vikings have been gone for quite a while.
Lings are going to come in and clean up these Marines before they can do too terribly much damage. Once again, Ganzi will position himself nicely.
And even forces 2 Banelings.
Are you serious, man? These Marines so effective underneath these underneath the healing of these medevacs. Another drop going to come over here to Violet's building 4th base. That is also going to be problematic.
Violet has a lot of Lynx and Banelings over here in between all of his bases, and actually that drop is heading towards the 3rd base, and it's going to give Violet time to get Lynx in position, and of course there's Spore Crawler and Banelings as well, so this would be a suicide mission. I don't want to be that guy then.
No, that drop's not going to go very well, but I think Ganzi shouldn't mind it too much, as he's been so effective with his harass all game long.
Certainly in the main base. In the main base, he's been dealing. Well, this is kind of fun. It went 69 over 96. Sorry, is it just me who finds it fun?
165 supply for Ganzi against the 130 supply of Violet. Violet is he's hanging in there. He's kind of stabilized. He's going to make more mutas, and that is a really, really strange decision to me.
13 to be precise. Another drop heading over to the main base. Oh, we still have one of these medevacs being active over here between the third and the fourth base as well. These links will die immediately as these Marines are going to stim. Spawning pool this time, Ben, will most likely fall. Oh, actually all the mutas fall, but he doesn't really want to fight these Marines with just mutas.
No, not at all, as a couple of Lings and Banes will show up in good connections.
Just missed it. I was looking at the main army of Ganzi, which is moving out right now from the bottom side of this map. Heading over to that fourth base of Violet once more. Violet knows that he cannot afford to lose his base. He's going to try to force the fight immediately.
He's just going to go for it. Tanks are all sieged up. It's not a terrible engagement for Violet if he can keep enough Banelings alive to deal with the Marines.
There are some Banelings.
Baneling numbers are thinning out rapidly. More Zerglings and Mutas are going to come in. Is Violet actually going to hold there? What the hell was that? Violet turning it around from a really down position, comes out of that with a small supply lead.
And his muta count is so high suddenly, Ben. There are 18 mutalisks right now, and there are only 21 Marines on the map.
There are 3 Marines, though, Kevin, so they are going to be very, very dangerous for these mutas to confront. Mutas only have one attack upgrade.
And of course, all these Marines, they kind of have to be together as well, or at least has to be a medevac. As we have a couple of missed turrets over here as well. Wow, what a crazy comeback so far by Violet, who's really hanging in there for his dear life. I would still normally say that this looks okay for Ganzi, but if Violet made it work in the previous conditions, he can definitely work with what he has right now.
He can definitely make it work again. Muta's still trying to find openings, but 3-3 bio does not really, it's not afraid, Kev.
Take a stand.
To shoot some machine guns at Mutalisks.
I'd be afraid to do that. Like me as a Marine would kind of be like me with one of those electric swipers where you can kill insects with, like bees and mosquitoes. And whenever I see a bee, like I swipe once, but if I miss, I run away. I run away like a little bird. It's very scary. Man. I'm very scared of bees.
I've seen this.
You know what I mean, right? Those electric things. They're so awesome.
It's just like a fly swatter.
Yeah, I always used to trick little children with it. It's like, look, it doesn't hurt, and then I put the electric thing off, and then I put a hand on it, and then I activate the button.
You're a terrible human being. You are literally a bad person.
I'm not.
You're shocking little kids and telling a story about it. It's like, people go to jail for that, dude.
No, this was the little bro. Actually, I didn't do it. My friend did it. No, it's true, actually.
Yeah.
No, his name was Mark.
Okay, I believe that as much as I believe you're not wearing my tie right now.
I am not wearing a tie. It's called humor, Ben. They don't hurt. It hurts, but it's not like a serious offense. Stop making me look bad.
Roddy the child abuser.
No. Wow. Really? You're going to go there? Too soon, Ben. Too soon. No, it's like we always had birthday parties, and I was really good friends with these two guys.
Why do you want to tell more stories about you abusing kids?
Okay, Ben. Be that guy.
Violet right now is starting to contain Ganzi a little bit. Ganzi, who was in such a commanding position all game long. And here comes Violet. He's just going to go for it. Is there enough? It's a lot of Banelings with 2-2 upgrades. Ganzi needs some really good splits. He's doing an okay job of it, but the tanks have all been killed. And I don't think he's going to have enough. Are you kidding me right now?
All the SCVs are dying as well. Still so many links in production. Supply-wise, Ben, it's pretty close, and a lot of Thors, or this Thor in his planetary fortress did kill a lot of Banelings and Zerglings as well. Mutalisks are in a dicey position.
Mutas are probably going to end up falling, but again, Violet's going to get a pretty good engagement. Banelings all blowing up on siege tanks. That's
There's a drop going on in the main base as well. The drop did pick up the spawning pool. I'm not sure if we have another spawning pool somewhere on the map, but will Ganzi be able to keep it? Wow, this is like Sparta, man.
He's going to try to hold the line here. This natural's mined out, so Violet killing this is not going to help very much. He probably wants to just disengage right now.
I think Ganzi has done it after all, and he killed so many links. This drop in the main base has been dealing a lot of damage. The layer will go down, and Violet sacrificed quite a few units over here, but we can see the planetary fortress had kills, and the Thor has some kills as well.
Violet does have a lot of money banked up. I mean, if he wanted, he could build about 30 mutas total.
He's building 14 right now.
Drop kind of being forced over here in the natural expansion of Violet does get shot down. Look at this Marine. Is this Marine untargetable? He's like found the ultimate sweet spot, and he's just going to continue working on the
Violet is going to lose his fourth base back.
9-kill Marine. Fourth base does go down, like you said, and there's still this single
nice
Marine in the
detonation.
natural.
Oh, there's one Bailing in the mix. Bailing finally goes through, as Violet should be able to clear up these medevacs.
Look,
Ganzi.
still Marine in the natural. 11 kills on this one Marine. Finally, he falls.
Imagine if he had more HP, so you could actually stim. Army supply, it's well, nah. He's down 30 supply.
Yeah,
I would say it's
Ganzi
quite
really
close.
is pulling ahead. The only thing Violet can build right now is mutas.
Yeah, as he lost his spawning pool.
Finally, the spawning pool goes down, but
Violet lost his entire main besides an extractor.
he lost everything. He lost all of his tech. Really, he's still got the Baneling Nest, but he can't make Zerglings. He's still got
his
the
muta
Spire.
count is going to be so high, though. He's going to be close to 30 mutas, as you mentioned.
But they really have no upgrades. Is the other thing. They've only got +1 attack, and
Yeah,
he's
but
playing
still.
against 3/3 bio.
If you can find some units out of position. Yeah, of course, it's so hard right now as he's down 45, 50 army supply. And more Tors are in production. So smart by Ganzi. Really well played by Ganzi as well.
Now, if Violet can magic box this one Thor while the army's out of position, he could shut down this expansion, and I think that's what we're going to see right now.
Reinforcements are coming in, though. A lot of...
Oh, they're too clumped up. Oh, Thor gets shut down. Marines are going to show up. But, yeah, the Marines are going to chase away the mutas. They're not going to really kill much of anything.
Look at
Finally,
these mutas, man. They're going to try to intercept these Marines, but that's not going to happen as the mutas take a detour. It's like, my GPS. They got the new iOS, man. It's like, you want to go home? Take a left here. It's like, I don't know, Apple. I've heard your map's pretty bad. No, trust me.
Finally, some more Zerglings in production and Banelings being morphed as well. Violet's still going to continue magic boxing with these mutas, but you just can't. You can't trade against 3/3 Marines. Violet knows it. GG gets called. Violet has left the game. Ganzi.
Violet loses his second map of the season only, Ben. Do a fantastic Ganzi, and once more, scoreboard doesn't say anything.
Ganzi played great, and I don't want to take anything away from him, but I also feel like that was perhaps the product of Violet being overly aggressive.
In the start, it was kind of the old school Violet. As soon as he's like, maybe I can make something happen. All right, let's go with 25 links and see what happens. But yeah, we just know by, or in this day and age, man, we know that Zerg has to be careful early on. And if you make 26, 28 links, you better deal some serious damage. And killing 2 supply depots, 4 Marines, and not even a handful of SCVs probably just didn't justify the opening. But overall, a really exciting game.
Yeah, very exciting game. Tough break for Violet, but he will have a chance to bounce back. At last game brought to you guys by Epson Projectors, the world's #1 projector brand on the planet. You can check them out at epson.com/projectors for all the details. We're going to take a quick break. Game number 2, Violet versus Ganzi. That's happening when we get back.